Good morning, Rangers. I'm back in the shop this morning. I took the soundboard out of the clamps, ran it through the big planer a couple times, got it down to a .100, a tenth of an inch, or 100 thousandths they call that. Not 100 thousandths. Yeah, I think it's 100 thousandths. .100. Anyway, so now we got to trace out where the guitar is going to sit on this soundboard. The board is a little bit oversized, so I'm going to do something like this and kind of eyeball where I want it to be and then trace it out. And I'm kind of thinking about doing a laser template just to make sure that the holes for the bridge and the sound hole and everything come out exactly where they should be. So got a couple ideas up here. So I traced the perimeter out, and I kind of gave it a little margin on all the sides, so I have a little bit of it'll be a little smaller than that. But I think I'm going to go to V-carve and make a template with a laser. I think I got to make sure this is less than 12 first. We'll see. Hello, Ranger Woodworkers. I am back home now. I am working on a template for the guitar, so I'm going to go find a picture, kind of like we did with some of our other V-carve projects. Went on the internet and found a picture of a baby Taylor here, and I am going to use that outside perimeter and to make sure the bridge goes in the right spot and the sound hole and everything is perfectly lined up the way the original one was, since I kind of broke up the first one getting it out. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to do a save image as, and we're going to save it down here into our downloads. I already saved it once, so it should be here under baby W large. And so we'll close this out and we'll go over to V-carve. And that guitar blank is about 14 inches. It's actually like 12 and a half, but I'll make our width 14 by 20. And again, that is 0.1 for thickness. Not that it matters because we're not going to cut out the CNC. We'll be using the laser for this. And we're going to put the X and Y in the middle, and we'll click OK. Now we need to find that picture, so we're going to go up here to the top, import bitmap for tracing. And we'll go find that baby W. Under downloads, there it is. Click import. And now we want to trace it. So we're going to go from the one that had the bird over here to the one that has the bird down here. We're taking that bitmap and we're going to trace it. All right, and so I'm going to adjust the colors so I can actually see the shape and the sound hole. This is going to be a little tricky. Maybe we should go to color. Kind of hard to see outside. That doesn't help. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do one that's got the outside profile as clean as I can. And preview, apply. Then I'm going to do a second one that's got the inside parts. So I can kind of get where that bridge and that sound hole are going to go. I like that. And preview, apply that one also. I'm going to take the picture and delete it. And I have my template. Now, of course, I don't need any of the sounds fretboard stuff. Oops, I did need some of that. Back that train up. Let's try that again. And we'll get our scissor tool out over here and trim. And we'll get rid of these frets. There, that looks pretty good. I'm going to put this in the exact center just in case it's not. So I'm going to go over to R and locate that in the center. And I'm trying to think, one side there, it's not quite symmetrical. I think I like the left side better than the right side. So what I'm going to do now is draw a line to the middle, get rid of half of it, and mirror it over. So I draw that line here, I do a trim.
I put my red hot feathers on my bike.
And trim.
Look at that.
And then I go to mirror.
Daddy, look at Daddy.
Which is here. I'm going to take this guy and make a copy to the right. So I need to create a copy to the right and close. So now I have one identical shape, perfectly symmetrical for our soundboard. Let's do our hole now for the circle. Let's grab our circle tool. Let's see how we can do this. So let's kind of eyeball that close. Again, we'll make sure that's exactly the same as the other one. I'm going to put this, center this left to right so that it's centered. So rather than in the middle, I'm going to go left to right. Make sure that we're centered perfectly. And that'll give me a hole for that. So now really what I want to do with the laser is cut out the shape and the hole. And then maybe just trace on the laser where the bridge is. So I'm going to copy all this stuff and bring it into AutoCAD where we can scale it up to the proper size. So I'm going to go select it all, go to export, DXF. I'm going to call this baby Taylor. Oops, Taylor template. Put today's date on here, 5/6/20, and save. Now we're going to go to AutoCAD. I didn't actually watch where that went. I should check that a minute. Export, DXF. Looks like it went to downloads. So now we're going to go back to AutoCAD here. And we're going to open up a new drawing. And go to downloads. And we're looking for DXF this time, so we got to change that from DWG to DXF. And see what we got here. Baby Taylor template. Open. All right, and it usually comes in a really dark color. I'm sitting outside, I actually can't see it, so I'm going to highlight everything. See if it shows up. There it is. And we're going to set this on a new color. So I'm going to go to Properties and establish the color here as white. Now I need 12.5 inches between here and here, so I'm going to grab a line and find the widest part. This looks like right here, and I'll drag this all the way across and measure that. And I'm at 4.893, so I got to get that up to 12.5. So if I do a little math here on my calculator, it's like I'm getting a delivery here. That's going to be 2.5 times bigger. So I divided 4.8 into 12.5. So I'm going to go up to my scale tool.
Good day now.
I'm going to select it all, pick anywhere in the middle, and scale it by the exact number is 2.55660,319. And now that measurement should be 12.5. 12.499. I think we can call that close enough. All right, so we got our thing scaled up and we're ready for our template to cut out. Remember, for the laser to work, it has to be red to cut that out. So we're going to put this on red. I'm going to trim out these lines in the middle and down here. And I don't really need these to connect, so we'll just grab this endpoint here and just drag it over to here. Grab this endpoint, drag it over to here, and do a trim and a trim, and donezo. All right, these are just for lining things up. I can get rid of that. All right, so now we're going to put that on red. Go to properties, make the line weight red. And I also want to make sure that it's a line weight of 0, 0. So I'm going to go to line weight here and make sure that's 0, 0. And that circle we put in here for that, we're going to cut that sound hole out. Same thing with that, we'll put that on red. And line weight of 0, 0. And I think I just want to draw this bridge on here, so I'm just going to put that on white. Actually blue, I'm going to do blue. That goes faster. And line weight of 0, 0 again. I guess we'll put these in. Doesn't matter much. Blue and line weight 0, 0. I don't really need. Well, might be nice to have a center line on there, so we'll leave that on there. I'll trace that on also. So at this point, I'm just going to go to my once I'm back at school, I'll go to my file and go to print. I will pick my laser, which is the VLS 360. We'll do a window around our picture and center it, square it, and cut out a template. So that's as far as we're going to go today. I'll shoot you guys a Google form with a couple questions and keep filling that out. You guys have been doing an amazing job. This kind of really is not my favorite thing to do as far as being so far away from you guys, but you have been working on those Google forms. I mean, 90% of you have been doing them just great. So I'm so appreciative of your work and time you're putting into that. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will hope to look forward to seeing those forms soon, and we'll catch you guys soon.